Speaking to Canvey, I'm manager Brad Wellmen following today's 0-0 draw against Hastings. Brad, not much to say about the game. What did you make of that?
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? There's nothing on the game for either team. I thought we carried on our levels that we've had the last 3 or 4 games. I thought we started slow. They had a lot of the ball. We made an adjustment with our shape, and all of a sudden we just flipped the game a little bit, and we had good possession, moved the ball around. Probably didn't create enough, although we looked exciting at times, but didn't create enough really to deserve to say, yeah, maybe possession-wise we deserve to win the game, but there wasn't enough in it for us to go and win that game, and I think it probably end of season ball draw is probably fair, but that's not being disrespectful to them or us. I think they got a way of playing that's quite nice as well, so just made out for a game that was just, if there's never goals, it's always going to be that way. But I thought the boys gave their all and their efforts were good. So
Not had a chance to speak to you since we've decided to start winning. It just so happens that those victories came after our place in this league was secured for next season. Was there something in that the team were able to relax a little bit? Those shackles came off, and all of a sudden, the performances started coming.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, it's definitely easier once you know you're safe. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot less pressure. But I think that we'd in the games leading up to it, Lewis at home, I think with the Dulwich game, I thought we were good in them games. We just gave away sloppy goals, late goals, and things like that. And we sort of like when we got safe, we certainly didn't change our mindset with what the information was given to the players. But I think against Hornchurch, we was unbelievable, and we was both sides of the ball. We worked on. We could have won that game 5 or 6-1, and they didn't come here with a weakened team, So I think that just bred confidence, and then we had an unbelievable opportunity up at Potter's Bar, and we won that, and then. Obviously, Cheshunt last week was good. So I think it's just like anything, when the pressure's off, it's easy to get results. But we've still got results against some good teams. And it's just, I think it felt like we was more like where we were last year in terms of the possession we played, in terms of the way we weren't beaten. I mean, you look at the Potter's Bar one, we're 1-0 up and Ego gets sent off and then we concede a goal. And this year we explode. Last year we go and win the game. We went and won the game in the last minute with Toby. So I think it's a little bit of credit to the boys that they kept going and they've gone. But, I think that when you look back and we review the season as a whole, I think it's been a tough season, but I think there's the credit to the boys. We went through a stage of 2 months where we had players not fit. It's just been difficult on and off the pitch, stop-start games, etc. And we're not gonna go and get promoted every year or get in the playoffs every year. There's going to be that year where we want to just kind of take stepping stones, and I think that's what this year is. It's not failure; it's just a stepping stone to where we want to be. And I think that we look at what we finished mid-table pretty much. We'd have took that with 14th, so we'd have took that pre-season. But we just got to regroup and go again. Do you know what I mean? And look at the highs of the season, look at the lows. I think the highs outweigh the lows if we just focus on results. But, the boys have been great and we'll go again,
Would you say, personally, this has probably been the toughest season you've had in football as a manager?
Oh, yeah, without doubt. I mean, I got promoted the first year and got in the playoffs second year. So the third year, it's tough. It's tough. But I want it to be tough. I felt like the league got a lot stronger this year. I think you just look at the teams that are coming into the league next year and the teams that are dropping out. It's going to be even stronger. But that's what we want to do. We want to test ourselves as management, and as a manager, I want to test myself and see if we can overcome certain situations that we go through during the course of the season. But it's been tough, but it's been enjoyable. And I think the same goes for the players. The group of players we've had have been hugely successful over 2.5 years, and it's the first time they've had to really step up. But I think with the management team, myself and Notty and Stace and Connor's been great. We've stuck together, and then you've got Amy, who's worked tirelessly on the physio side. So we've got a good team in hand that can overcome the challenges. But we've just got to be positive and look at it as a stepping stone. It's a learning curve. It's part of the journey that we're on to go and be successful, and we're sure we'll be successful next year.
Do you give yourself a bit of a rest now, or is it straight back to it tomorrow?
Well, I think we've got to take a rest. Do you know what I mean? I think that it's important that you recharge your batteries. But it's I think you take a week or so, and then me and Notty will get together and have a chat about potentially what the situation is next year with players, and then you've got the uncertainty over the summer of players coming and going, and we can't sign anyone until the middle of July, so everything's sort of hearsay. But we've got a few tough decisions to make, and we'll make them. But yeah, we need some me time, definitely.
So we'll sign off for the season. What do you say to the Canvey supporters that have turned up? Sometimes been critical, as can be expected when things got tough. What do you say to them?
I think first and foremost, thank you for their support. I think that the time and effort that they make to come out to games, not just at home, but we've had some unbelievable support away from home in some difficult journeys, midweek, etc. So definitely thanks for that. I think as I alluded to in one of the interviews earlier in the season, they're entitled to their opinion, and I think their opinion is valued, and we respect it. That's first and foremost. But I think we since Notty and I come in, we made the decision that we was trying to keep everyone together, like that one in all in mentality, and I think we've achieved that. And I think that over the course of the year where it's been tough, and I speak to supporters in the bar because we're very open to that, and I think there's been a positive mentality. I think there's been frustration at times from both sides. But I think they've stayed with us, and we've stayed with them, and we've shown the respect to each other, and I think that allows us to keep moving forward. And when you think back to the performances like I alluded to against Lewis and Dally Jamnik, where we were good, I think the fans kind of pulled us through a little bit, and then you see their reaction when we beat Hornchurch, and the last sort of 3 or 4 games are really for the fans to enjoy as well as much as us. So we're all together, and I can't I've said it all the time, and I'll reiterate it, that there's no better fans in this area, in this league, probably the league above. You guys are an unbelievable set of supporters that are loud and proud and back us, and that's all we ask, is that there's going to be times where we don't see eye to eye, there's going to be times we don't get on, but as long as we respect each other, which I think we do, and we certainly appreciate all the money, hard-earned money, the time, the effort that the fans have taken. So, fair play to that respect, and thank you from us.
Nice one. Thank you, Brad, and I'll talk to you when it's a bit warmer,
Yeah,
hopefully.
thanks, Sam.